Imagine having a positive mindset in a negative environment. Imagine trying to be positive in chaos. As a 7-year-old boy that was chasing this dream that he never seen before, all he did was see great things on his television. He was fascinated with this guy in Chicago with number 34 on his chest on a Rue commercial. They called him Sweetness. Turned out to be the greatest running back of all time, in that boy's opinion, Walter Payton. He was also fascinated with this guy down in Dallas, Texas with this star on his helmet, also known as Tony Dorsett. And it was a boy that was lighting up the record book at the University of Oklahoma State named Barry. That was the first time that boy had seen a glimpse of a positive dream. And he understood at an early age he needed help with his dream. And he went to his mother and he says, "Mother, if it ain't too much to ask for Christmas, can you get me this football? Because when I grow up, I want to be a football player. I want to be like Sweetness." And his mother had this look in her eyes that she wasn't for certain that she could fulfill this request of her boy, because she was functioning in chaos. She was functioning in a negative environment because she was a single mother of 2 boys. She also had a drug habit and she also was a prostitute. But in that apartment complex that he called home, it was a Christmas tree that didn't have many decorations, didn't have many ornaments. But under that tree, it was a football wrapped in newspaper. And the boy would grab his football and run around his apartment complex every day, that much closer to his dream. He believed that because his mother put the ball in his hand, he believed he could become Tony Dorsett. He believed he could become Barry Sanders. And he would run around living from his imagination with that ball. A week later, his mother comes to him and his brother and says, "I'm going out for the evening. It's New Year's Eve. If you boys need anything, go to the neighbor's house. And make sure you boys are in the house before it gets too dark." And she leaves. So the boy with the footballs asks his brother, "Let's stay out and play with this football all day until it gets dark." And his brother says, "No, I'm going to go next door and play Super Mario Brothers and save the princess." This is the year the Nintendo came out. So the boy plays along with his football. He throws the ball in the air. He's just the boy. When he catches it, he becomes Sweetness. And he stays outside till it gets dark, and he decides to go home and listen to his mother. He leaves the door unlocked for his brother or his mother to come home because he only has one key to the house. He goes upstairs. As he gets himself ready for bed, that's only to take his pants off. And he has his white t-shirt on. And he walks to his bunk bed. He gets up under his blanket, but he also puts the ball in the bed with him because he's trying to keep his dream close to him. Then he hears footsteps down the hallway, and the boy really gets excited because he's thinking it's his mother coming home or his brother's coming home. But the footstep was a man that he never seen before. And the boy's not afraid because he's used to seeing people come and go in this place that he calls home. And the man sits on the edge of the bed like he's going to read the boy a bedtime story. And he looks at the boy and he says, "Boy, where's your mother? She stole my money." And before the boy can answer him, he grabs the boy, wraps a bandana around his neck, and begins to squeeze this dream out of this 9-year-old boy. But my question to everybody that's listening or watching around the world, but my question is to you, what's squeezing the positive dream out of you? And no one's holding the bandana around your neck. Is it you because you don't want to work hard? Is it you because you're at a job you don't like? If you're dealing with anything you don't like, it's up to you to change the positive change in your life and chase that positive dream. Now this boy just wants this man to let him go so he can chase his dream of becoming a football player. Then the man finally lets the boy go and he starts to gasp for air and gasp for air. This 7-year-old boy that's in the 2nd grade is gasping for air, thinking that it's over so he can go chase this dream of becoming Barry, so he can chase this dream of becoming Sweetness. But then, little did the boy know, the man grabbed him by his head and stabbed him in the neck with a screwdriver. Now this dream is starting to bleed out of this boy. But my question to you, my second question is, what's bleeding you out of your dream? What's bleeding you out of your positive change? Are you the one to holding the knife into your own life? Now this boy thinking it's over. His dream is gone. What else can this man do to me? Then he put a pillow over his face, began to smother this dream out of him. Then out of nowhere, boom, the first punch knocks him out. Boom, the second punch wakes him up. Now this man is beating this dream out of this 7-year-old boy. But my question is to you, what's beating you out of your dream? Ain't nobody even attacking you. Is it that person that you're looking in the mirror? Is it yourself beating yourself out of your own dream? Now, as the man is beating this dream out of this boy, the boy see his dream slipping away. How do you see the dream slip away, Tiki? The way the boy could see the dream slip away is because the identification, the symbolization of the dream was the football. And as the man is beating the boy, the ball rolls out of the bed. So the boy decides to fight for his dream. So he slides down between the wall and the bed and rolls up under the bed. He can smell the pine saw, the bleach, the Ajax, the linoleum floor that his brother and his mother had cleaned for government housing. Now he's feeling the pressure because his mother had gave him and his brother one rule: if we go back to the streets, don't blame mama. Because I told you boys to clean. If we get evicted from HUD housing, it's not on me this time. It's on you. Now the boy thinking my mama's gonna kill me because I got blood on her floor for something that she did. Imagine the pressure of a 7-year-old boy taking the responsibility of a man, and all he wanted to do is chase a positive dream of becoming a football player. And the boy would get questioned often, hey, do you remember what the man looked like that attacked you? He says, yes, I do, because he was standing next to my dream. I remember the bottom of his blue jeans and his snakeskin boots because it was standing right next to the identification of my dream, which was the football. And the boy rose from up under the bed when the man runs away. And he picks up his football with blood on his shirt and he puts the football close to his chest. And he walks next door where his brother is playing Super Mario Brothers. And the boy goes and bangs on the door. And his brother answers. And the boy falls in his brother's arms. And he asks his brother, don't save the princess, save me. Now that 7-year-old boy is now a 40-plus-year-old man speaking to you today. Let me tell you what I've grown through. That 7-year-old boy is who I was. That's not who I am. From that time to this time, I've educated myself. I went to a university of higher education because I put the work in and I continue to have that positive mindset. And I chased the dream even though my dream got interrupted along the way. I never made it to the NFL like Sweetness, Tony, or Barry, but that was my first blueprint for success, to have a positive mindset, to chase the positive dream. But how did I do it? From that 7-year-old to the 40-year-old. It's the T in the Tiki factor. I had to make a total commitment to my life. The next thing in the Tiki factor is the I. I had to learn to live from my imagination and not my history. My history says I'm just another number of a dead young black boy in a community of chaos. It happens every day in Houston. It happens every day in Detroit. It happens every day in Chicago, Compton, LA. But I wanted something different in my life, so I decided to invest in myself. But more importantly, I learned to live from my imagination and not my history. The next thing is K, kindred spirits. I learned at an early age, the people around you affect you. Depending on what they do and who they are, it's going to affect you in that type of way. And the last I is invest in yourself. I learned to invest in myself with my education and my environment. As I close, make sure you write these down. T, total commitment. I, imagination. K, kindred spirits. And I, invest in yourself. If you apply those principles to your life, you'll win. And you can't win today's game with yesterday's touchdown. I'm the Tiki Factor. That's my time. Thank you.